Hi, let's start, I guess. Welcome to this webinar. The purpose today is to talk about the developments of Business Central 2025, focusing on the sustainability module. And we want to show you how easily it is to retrieve your data by using Exsion Reporting. And you can comply with your reporting requirements. And to give you a little bit more insight and clarity on what the CSRD requirements are, we have our guest speaker, Maryne from Lumos, and she has a lot of experience and knowledge to share with us today.
Thanks.
Okay, so as I said, Maryne, she's gonna clarify a little bit about the requirements and what the CSRD means and to who this is applicable. But at this moment, we can already see that over 60,000 companies, they are required to report on this. And Microsoft has been doing a lot of efforts to make Business Central ready. So what you can see now is that we have three types of scopes. And Microsoft has implemented this already in the sustainability module. And we can see for three types of gases, which is the carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. And these are available only for the purchase invoices. So we attended Directions EMEA in the beginning of November. And we learned a little bit more about Microsoft plan for this module. And what you can see is that now we have the fundamentals. So basically the groundwork on what you need to do to report on sustainability. So it's a minimal scope. And for the next waves, we can expect that they will not only improve these items, but also focus a little bit more on social aspects as well. So what these fundamentals are, basically the chart of sustainability accounts, which work a lot similar like your current chart of accounts for financial reporting. And we have then categories and subcategories with formulas. We have sustainability journals and your ledger entries. And we also have goals. So you can compare your emissions with your current goals as well. And we have a role center. And of course, reporting with Exsion, it's really easy. So I will show you now in Business Central how this looks. And then I will also show you as an example of a Exsion report. So on Business Central, what I want to show is that before and after I put my sustainability role. So the first thing you need to do is go to your settings and change your role from accountant to sustainability manager. And when I press OK, Business Central will then show me a different view. So this view will show all my emissions for the month. I have information on my purchasing invoices. So like I mentioned right now, this is what we have available. So for sales and other information, it will be available in the next waves. But I can already compare my goals and with my current emissions, and I have some insights per scope as well. Another item that is really important to remember is the sustainability setup, because maybe I'll show you first a purchase invoice, how it looks. And this is before you activate the setup. You don't see anything about sustainability, so it's just business as usual. But once you activate your sustainability setup, here on these emissions, you can then go back to your invoice. And then now you have the option for your sustainability account and your emissions for the gases that I mentioned before. Another item that I want to show you is the chart of accounts. So you can see here per type, this is all our demo data. So you have to contact your own implementation partner to get you to this point. But I want to show you that you can have already a comparison, and you can have already your balances, and you have totals and subtotals. So this is basically Business Central at the moment. And now I will show you reports. Right. So what I really like about Exsion is that I can basically report on multiple entities. So for example, here now I have one entity only, and then I can see all of my sustainability ledger, and I can easily build a comparison to see per scope what were my emissions per year or even per company. So if I simply go here and I say, okay, I want to see all my companies available combined, I can just put them in the company tab and I can refresh. And then easily I have my data here, and my pivot table is also completely refreshed, and I can see for all my entities, and I can drill down and I can compare. So I think reporting with Exsion is really useful if you need to have access to data, for example, for your auditors, and this will be really handy. And that's basically what I wanted to show you today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions, you can post it on the chat. But now I think it's quite important for you to understand what are the requirements, who needs to do this, and when, so you can prepare. And Maryne is going to explain to you. Thank you.
If there are no questions for Ellie, then I will be taking over. I will be telling you more about CSRD and the relationship with what Microsoft has built in Business Central. I'll not go too much in detail of the CSRD because we don't have enough time for that. So if you need to know more, don't hesitate to contact me. But basically, I will just give a quick intro, and then I will go more into detail into how this fits in the whole picture. When we look at CSRD, if you start to dive in it, you will hear a lot of different topics and names, and I mean it all starts with the EU Green Deal, the Paris Accord, where basically this regulation comes out of for the EU. So CSRD is the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, that has been signed in December 22, and which every single country within the EU is implementing. The practical guides to implement CSRD are the European Sustainability Reporting Standards, so the ESRS. So when you will be implementing CSRD within your company, you will basically use ESRS information. Basically what's also important to know within CSRD is that you look at the whole value chain. You also see that within the greenhouse gas is that you will not only look at your own emissions, but also at the emissions of your whole value chain. So from basically the start of the getting your raw materials until the recycling at the end of the chain. Well, there is a different timelines with regards to companies who have to comply with CSRD. And I'm saying have to because you are allowed to report, obviously following CSRD whenever you want. But there are some companies who have strict deadlines. So please check with your accountant if you don't know yet if it's applicable for you. Here I put the criteria that you need to comply with, but it's always good to check with your accountant if, when he thinks you need to comply with it. The dates that I put here are actually a bit different than what you might hear, because normally you hear, okay, you need to report in 2026. But what companies often forget is that they need to report in 2026, but it's with the data of the year before, obviously, because it's part of the annual report. So if you have to report as of 2026, then you need to already start collecting your data from 1st of January 25. And before that, you also need to do a lot of pre-work to make sure that you're prepared. So don't start too late. That's my advice, to make sure that you have a good quality reporting. Now, CSRD itself, oh yeah, maybe one small thing for the small and medium enterprises. There will be a more light version of the ESRS that are currently being drafted. They will be sent to the European Commission at the end of this year, and hopefully they will be approved and then they will be published. So it's basically the same as for the bigger companies, but it will be more of a light version. So that's actually really nice. Yeah, what are the benefits for companies with regards to CSRD? Yeah, CSRD basically promotes transparent reporting and also ask companies to have concrete actions in terms of sustainability, sustainability in the broader sense, and that has a lot of positive aspects. As you know, a lot of funding partners are now really looking into sustainability. So to be able to get funding, that's very important. So access to capital, but also in terms of getting clients and also comparing yourselves with competitors. That can be really an advantage if you're reporting well and transparent. Now, that was for the basics of CSRD. When we look at Business Central and how that fits into the whole picture, CSRD is basically reporting on environmental, social, and governance. We're going to go into environmental now, but about social, what you need to think of is, okay, what are the working conditions, social inclusion, privacy, health and safety of your products and services, and then through your whole value chain. And governance is think of corporate culture, animal welfare, corruption, bribery, all these kinds of things within your business. For Business Central, we're looking at environment, and actually there are 5 topics here within the environmental aspect, and where the module that Ellie was showing us, we're mostly looking at climate change, because those greenhouse gas emissions, they need to be reported within that E1. A good one to know is that E1 is the only mandatory sustainability matter. I'm saying that because the rest is basically subject to materiality. So you will need to do a materiality assessment, and out of there, you will know what are the other topics you need to report on, but E1 you have to. If we dig a bit deeper then now, when we look at E1 climate change, the data that you will be reporting or registering within Business Central Sustainability Manager is the greenhouse gas data. And that's actually core to the reporting within that sustainability part of the CSRD. And why is that? It's that because even if within the CSRD you need to report, also write more on policies and action strategy, it's all based on your status of the greenhouse gas emissions within your value chain. So it's I think it's a very good thing that Microsoft is doing that, because that will really help you to make sure that you make the right choices and report in the right way. Looking at the governance side, basically you will need to report on the processes and how you manage your impacts, and the strategies, how you what you do basically to make sure that your greenhouse gases are going down, and the policies that you write on it, and the actions that you're taking. To make this all concrete, you will need to make targets and have metrics to monitor it. Ellie showed us that you will be able to have like a dashboard where you have graphics, and those will be very useful for you for your reporting, as you will not only use them internally, but also will probably need to show them in your annual report. So all in all, I think it's a great thing that Microsoft is doing. There is still a lot that they need to implement, and I think it's a good way to start. And I would advise you to just start and just try it out, even if they're not done yet, to get familiar with it and also see how this can really help you, and hopefully you will get a lot from it. Yeah, so that was all I wanted to say. So if you need any more info on CSRD or sustainability, don't hesitate to contact us. We have our contact details are going to be provided, and yeah, that was it.
Great, thank you. This was really a lot of information. But I think that I just want to summarize the key point is that you try to be ready because it's soon. It seems like it's far away, but it's a lot to get acquainted in the short term. So as soon as you guys start, I think you'll be better prepared. If you guys have any questions, you can post it on the chat, or even if you don't have any questions now, you can still send us after this meeting. And yeah, I'm gonna send you a link for a survey, so you can also let us know what you think about how the webinar went. And that's it. Thank you very much for attending and for watching. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.